Tell us a little bit about the story house and about the project at both those properties.
Go ahead.
So our oldest daughter is 10 and her name is Story, and our youngest daughter is 8 and her name is Sterling. And so when we started this project, we knew we were going to have 2 homes. And so for me, I was like, I can design them modeled off of both their personalities and interests. And so it was just the inspiration behind both homes for our girls.
So when did the project concept actually start? I know Ash and I talked a lot about it, you and I spoke a lot about it, but how long ago did this kind of get put in motion?
Probably the spring of 2020, I guess, like
Yeah.
right when COVID did.
Yeah.
Convenient
Great
time to
timing.
start something.
But before then is when we had the desire to do it. That was when we actually found this property and started on it. But long before then, we looked for a property to just flesh out our hospitality and our love for that. And so then this property came along and it was perfect.
Absolutely. Well, and I kind of jumped into it, but just a little bit of background for the folks watching. It's 2 Airbnb properties owned by Ashton and Bryn Gustafson with AG Real Estate and Gustafson Properties, and they just turned out to be beautiful homes. And obviously the bookings prove that up. But let's go inside if y'all don't mind and show us around.
Let's do it.
Go right ahead.
Originally, this was kind of zoned to be, or somebody wanted it to be 2 homes that looked identical. And
Okay.
so the plans that the city had already approved were 2 identical homes. Well, we were able to change the other one so that at least the exterior and interior could look different, but look like sisters instead of twins.
I got you.
So I love black houses.
Yeah.
I think they're cool and different and fun. And so I thought, let's do something not white.
So what is your background in design? You said I can do design. Do you have a background in that, or is it a hobby?
It's a hobby. My
Okay.
mom is an interior designer, and so I've always grown up around it. But my degree's in education.
Okay.
So really, it's just a love more than anything.
And it's been a learning curve too, so it goes right along with the educational background.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Did y'all have any experience on Airbnb, VRBO, any short-term rental?
Not much, just good old-fashioned hospitality that both of our parents have kind of instilled in us, and these are just miniature little short-term stays, and it's been a real fun fit and just a fun new muscle to learn how to grow
Absolutely.
and participate with.
So
That's
refresh my memory. When did you actually get your first opportunity to open the doors and lease them out?
November on this property and May on the Sterling house.
Okay,
So
good deal. And so this one's a little bit smaller, correct, in footprint?
they're actually almost the exact same square footage.
Okay. I didn't
That one
realize
is
that.
vaulted,
Okay.
and so it has a higher pitch, and the floor plan's a little different, but they're almost the exact same. Where the laundry room is bigger in this house, that house has an extra half bath.
Gotcha.
And so really, I mean, the floor plan's almost the exact same.
So what's this one?
This one's about 1900,
Yeah, just a hair.
Bedroom, bath?
3 beds, 3 full baths.
Got it.
all
Well-
in suite.
Take us on a tour.
Okay.
I'd love to see it.
Let's do it. Open concept for dining and living. I wanted it to be a place that when people were gathering and coming for Baylor football games or anything they were coming for, that everybody felt like they were all together at one time. And so I didn't want it to feel choppy. I wanted there to be one big gathering space. So
There's kind of a landmark really close by too, isn't there?
just over there.
I thought so. I mean, it's literally just over there. What's over there?
The silos. So
Yes.
from the front porch of both properties, you can see the Magnolia Market silos.
Wow.
Which is when we stood at this property when we first found it, and we looked to our left, and you can see silos. And then if you look to your right, you can see Pat Neff.
Oh, wow.
And so we're truly in the center of the best things that are happening in
Yeah.
Waco, Texas.
And I remember when you came to me with this project and said, you're not going to believe it, but I think we found the perfect location. And when I came to see it, I said, yes, you did. I believe you did.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit. I know that you ordered a bunch of stuff. Y'all put together a bunch of stuff. Obviously not structurally, but just some of the unique features that you're not going to get in just a normal build of an investment property.
Yeah, so it took about 9 months to a year to source things from everywhere. I was on a very tight budget with furnishing the property, but I wanted it to be excellent.
Mhm.
And so I found things, whether it was from Walmart, Target, Anthropology, anywhere, West Elm, wherever I could find it within my budget. And then I would just watch my line item and say, okay, if I save here, then I can spend more here. And so I was as intentional and thoughtful with every single item in this home as I could be. I read reviews for 6 months about what people don't like about Airbnbs and VRBOs, and I said, I want to do all the things right that people complain about the most. And
I gotcha. I know there's one feature I can't wait to share with everyone when we get back there. And I think both properties have it, but I was showing it off, obviously, to several folks at work, and one of the folks came back that's got a little, and they said, "That's genius. That is genius." So we'll leave that as a cliffhanger.
I love it.
But so sourcing all of it and getting it in for 2 properties. Where did you store it?
Aaron Storage, shameless plug
Shameless
for
plug.
Mr. Swanson. We had a lot of things stored there, and it was every day for 6 months. We were getting deliveries, and we would take it there.
And I had a system where I would have each bedroom had a color of duct tape, each house had a color of duct tape, and so every time a package would come in, I would open it, check it, make sure it was the right item, and I would mark it with what it is and the right color duct tape, and then I would put it in storage. So when it came unloaded, I did both houses within 10 hours of moving, install, completely done.
10 hours, both houses.
Both houses separately, because one was finished in November.
Adding it all
But
together.
complete project. That means things on the walls, light bulbs in every lamp, pillowcases on I washed every linen, every towel, every robe
Wow.
before I put it in storage, so that way when we were ready, everything was clean in tubs
Ready to go.
and ready to go.
Now I understand why you said this is rim shot.
That's right. That's right.
No.
I love the expertise that you've got. That you put. I love the math.
Yes.
Now does that one have one?
The other one doesn't have one. It
it's
should.
okay. That's okay. So I won't tell Sterling.
Don't
That's
tell
okay.
Sterling.
That's okay. Okay, now we can do the tour.
Okay, so you've got a large, oversized laundry room. The foundation was poured when we purchased the property, so we couldn't change the floor plan here. So I had to kind of leave. It's excessive for a short-term rental. It's great for if this property was ever something different, or if Story lives in this in college one day, it would be excellent for her to have a big laundry room. Guests love it. It's unnecessary, but it's kind of an unexpected.
It's a great area to store suitcases that you
Yes.
don't want in the rooms, although
Yeah.
there's plenty of room in those, I know.
And they're oversized closets, and
Yeah.
so that everybody can unpack, put their suitcase away, and nothing's in the bedroom. I wanted it to feel like you could come, make yourself at home, and I have the kitchen stocked with Ziplocs, foil, everything, Tide Pods, Shout for stain remover. I have everything you would want and need at home, so that when people get here, they actually feel like they're at home.
Sure. So do y'all handle that, or do you have a third party that handles that?
We do all of that.
All of it.
Yep, I
This
make a
is-
grocery list every single time I come to the home. We introduce ourselves and our children to the home every time a new guest comes.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
We meet every guest personally.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're going to get to see one of the little sales reps when we get over there.
Yes, yes. Large pantry here. This is our owner's closet. This is kind of where the hotel hospitality happens.
Gotcha.
So this is all of my back stock, everything I need constantly.
Gotcha.
When I do Sam's runs for snacks, this is where everything goes.
I gotcha.
So-
So how big is that? Does it go all the way back?
Nope, it's just one
It's just
big
a little
closet.
nook.
Yes, it's a nook, and it's full. Here's the first of the bedrooms. We chose to do 2 king beds in 2 of the rooms in both homes.
Okay.
When couples come with their kids, everybody fights over the master bedroom. And so we wanted to create 2 master bedrooms in each home, and so it would really be able to house 2 families, not
Sure.
just one family and kids. So
Well, I love the wallpaper.
the wallpaper is really fun. It looks like terrazzo tile, which is back. And so it has most of the artwork in the home is original artwork. It's not just stock images. So this is an artist in Dallas. We have art from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
So how'd you find that? Just through your sourcing efforts?
Through everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that part.
Art is very important to our family, and so that was important to have art in this home, again, it makes you feel like you're at home.
Absolutely.
It's not as sterile. And all of the art is very intentional and goes with the girls' personalities
Sure.
as well.
Okay, so if you had to sum up Story's personality, how would you do it?
She is an old soul. She loves the musical Hamilton, and so you'll find Hamilton lyrics all throughout this
Okay.
home. And she loves plants. She's my nurturer, and so that's why this house is kind of filled with terracotta plants,
Yeah.
because she loves plants.
That's interesting.
So,
That's interesting.
all the bedrooms have en-suite baths, which is awesome. Both of these bedrooms and bathrooms are identical, and they also have huge closets. So a pack and play will fit in every single closet.
That is the thing that everybody was so impressed with. Because
Yep.
I think one of your photographs on, I think your Airbnb listing,
Yep.
has got actually a packet. Actually, I've got a pack and play.
We do.
You keep
We have it set up, and there's pack and plays in the home.
Yep.
There's also sound machines and box fans in all the closets and bedrooms, and earplugs and night lights. We have taken a list of inventory
You have really
of
thought of everything.
everything you need. There are 10-foot charging cables next to everybody's bedside table.
Wow.
So
We probably don't need to release this. There's going to be folks that go, okay, we've got the recipe for success. So tell me a little bit about this. I thought this was a really unique concept.
And this was accidental. When this house already had a foundation on it, and so this was supposed to be the bathtub knockout.
Okay.
They put it here when it was supposed to be on that wall. So they were like, we can move these walls. What do you want us to do? And I said, no, it's perfect. Leave it. It's going to be a huge mudroom area. And they were like, that's really big for a mudroom bench. And I said, what do you need when you come with a bunch of people to travel, somewhere to put your shopping bags, somewhere to hang your purses?
Absolutely.
And so this is one of our guests' favorite things in the home.
So what's the ideal occupancy for this house?
8 adults.
Okay, 8
So
adults.
8 adults, and then, you can add kids onto that.
Sure.
So
It's really neat. Oh, is that one of the lyrics? Nope, it's cool to be
no,
kind.
but that is behind you. That's her favorite song, Dear Theodosia from the musical Hamilton.
That's really neat. I love the photo.
This is our guest book wall, and
Okay.
so when our guests come, this book is also full. Some people hang it up, some people just leave it in the book, but they can take a photo and they can write notes. Most of the people address it to Story, which I love.
Really?
They say, Dear Story, thank you for letting us stay in your home. The guest book, when they enter, has all the Waco favorites, everything that they can do, the Wi-Fi password, all the information of the home, and it has a whole write-up about who Story is.
Okay.
And so they really get to know Story when they're here. And so that's why most of the time people address their notes to Story.
Well, and not only that, since y'all are here to introduce yourselves
Exactly.
to, they're actually putting a name with a face and
That's
a
right.
personality.
We are real people.
That is really, really neat.
And we've already had somebody paint the home. They left this for us. They just painted when they were here, which is so neat.
That is really neat.
This is the girls' favorite room. This is the
I think this might be one of my favorite rooms.
Yeah, this is the bunk room. Super fun space. Reading lights up top if you want to read. Blackout curtains. And again, charging cables next to all the beds.
So-
really comfortable beds, even though they're bunk beds.
Yeah,
I went
quick-
high-end mattresses.
Yeah, so quick question, because I remember when I was coming to look at it, and I noticed the beams being put in and the beds being built. What made y'all go with the concept of actually building it in? Because it is set this room,
Yeah.
it is a bunk room,
Yeah.
and it always will be a bunk room, instead of just putting a nice set of bunk beds in each one.
So it creates more room in the room to have it built in.
Okay.
In Florida, all the places we stay, that was always a great thing to find was the bunk room. It's always the thing the kids love the most. And so we actually have one in our personal home.
Oh,
we
do you
have
really?
built-in bunks in
Okay.
our personal home. And the girls love it. And so that was one thing I knew. Every kid, it's their favorite thing. And so really, it's less about function and more about the element of delight and surprise.
Sure.
I want kids to get here and feel like we thought of them too.
Absolutely.
We thought of you, and this is going to be a fun experience for you too. Thanks for letting Mom and Dad drag you to Waco, Texas. But I have this place prepared for you.
I will say this. I was just mentioning to you guys, when my family and I just got back from vacation in Florida, we ran into some folks and they said, where are y'all from? And we said Waco, and they said, we are actually kind of doing a travel across the country. And they said one of their stops is going to be in Waco. And I said, have I got a listing for you when you come? I said, it's probably pretty well booked, but it's just so nice to have that type of industry now
Yeah.
and have properties that we can show off.
Yeah.
And so y'all have really done an outstanding job.
You're so kind. So this is the official master bedroom. Again, I wanted something really unique on one of the walls, a feature wall, and all it was about a $20 investment in carpentry.
Had you seen it somewhere before?
Yes, of course I have.
I was going to say, because if you came up with that, you
No,
really
all
got
creativity is borrowed creativity at this point. Pinterest gave me that idea. I just picked the color. So again, it's kind of a fun wow factor, but it costs hardly anything to do, which is really fun. So, and this opens up to the massive master.
Yes, it is a massive
bathroom.
master.
I went for the best soaking tub you can find. It's actually the soaking tub I have at our personal home. It's in both houses. It stays hot forever. And so I did so much research when I bought it for myself. And when I was putting one in here, I was like, why would I not give our guests the very best?
Yeah.
I want them to have the same experience that I have at home. And I get pictures all the time from guests with a ton of little kids in it, and it makes me so happy.
It is. It's like a built-in swimming pool, too,
Yes.
for littles.
So, huge walk-in shower, potty room, tub, and then the massive master closet that fits a huge pack and play.
Yes, you got to see this.
And it has an air vent so that you can actually shut the door.
Yep. And so, is this the room that's photographed?
Yes, this is the
Okay.
room that it's photographed.
So there's the pack and play, and one of their photos on the Airbnb listing, or VRBO, has got the pack and play set there. And I think it's the last photo of the stream.
Yep.
And everybody gets to that photograph and is like, yes, they thought of everything. They have thought of everything.
So that almost wraps up the story house. We've got in the backyard, we have bikes for both properties, and so the guests have the opportunity to ride. There's 2 bikes at each house, and a backyard fire pit. So
Well, tell me a little bit about future plans, maybe, and doing some more projects like this.
I'll let Ashton take on that.
We'll see. Those are to be determined. Maybe we definitely have enjoyed it, and it's been a lot of fun, and so we'll see where it goes.
Hi, Sterling.
Hey, can you say hi?
How are you? You're live and on video.
You're live on video. Say welcome to my house.
I'm just kidding. You're not live. We'll edit it out if you don't want to. So is this your house? How old are you, Sterling?
8.
You're 8. Well, you have a very nice house for an 8-year-old. I will tell you that. So did you make any of the art that's in here?
Yes.
You did. Which ones?
What's your favorite piece you made?
Yeah,
on
your
that wall?
favorite. Did you make all of those?
Not all of them.
Well, you could have told me yes, and I would have believed you.
Is probably that one.
That one?
That's her color chart.
I
She
like
made
it.
this little surfer.
So do you like the
Those
beach?
popsicles. She loves the ocean.
Oh,
Loves the ocean and the beach.
good for you. Well, we're going to let your mom tell us all about your house, okay? You can still hang out with us.
Yeah, you can hang out. That's what I tell her.
So just like I asked you about stories, so if you were going to describe Miss Sterling,
Yeah. She is an artist. She is a dancer. Everything about her is artistic and free. And so and she loves the beach and the ocean. And so I wanted this to feel very coastal and vibrant and colorful and bright, which is why I chose the accent color of pink. There's pink cabinets, pink tile, a pink island, pink doors everywhere, pink sofas. So we just kind of went for it in this house.
well,
So-
I love it. It works.
I
It
knew we
works.
were going to have her art on these ledges displayed so that we could change them out all the time. And so, again, I wanted to show off kind of her personality and who she is.
Sure.
So,
Sterling, have you enjoyed meeting all the guests that have come into your house?
Mm-hmm.
It's really neat, isn't it? Where's the farthest they've come from, do you know? That you can
just had
remember?
people-
Good question.
Yeah, that's
California.
a good question. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
California, Utah, Oregon, already from everywhere.
That's great.
It really is.
That's great. So tell me a little bit about this room.
Again, large gathering space. We changed the pitch of this roof, and so it could be massively vaulted in this room just to create a large, so that you didn't feel as closed in. This room is actually not any bigger than that other room, it's just taller.
It feels a lot
It
bigger.
feels a lot bigger.
Not only that, driving up to it, you almost think it's 2 stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
The attic is massive. If we ever wanted to finish the upstairs and create a stairwell, we could probably do that
Okay.
because of how large the attic space is. So again, I wanted a banquette. It's something we have at our home, and I feel like it's just a little nook to gather. And so these were little things. With this home, because the foundation wasn't built, I was able to draw out exactly what I wanted.
Gotcha.
So I had to stay within the floor plan and the footprint,
Yeah.
but I could draw out a little nook and a window seat. So those are the fun things.
So is this 332?
Yes, this
As
is
well,
a 3.5.
3.5.
Yep,
So
it's
this
got a
has
half
an
bath
extra
in the
half
hall.
bath.
Gotcha. Well, let's take a tour of the rest of it.
Yes. Again, pantry here, laundry room, not as
Pink doors.
pink
I
doors.
see.
Not as large of a laundry room, but it does the trick. It's got an awesome washer and dryer. This is Sterling's favorite room in the house.
Why is it your favorite room?
I like the books.
You like the books.
She
That's a
does.
great answer. Oh, I see the books now.
Yes.
I see the books. So-
Again, this is kind of the room that I wanted kids to feel thought of. There's tons of children's books and different things, toys, and a little nightstand. Instead of going with a traditional lamp, I went for a light fixture that
Sure.
hung between the beds. These headboards are super cool. They're smart headboards, and so you can plug in your chargers to the back
Really?
of the headboards. The headboards actually plug in to the wall, and you'll see on that right side, you can see
Oh wow, where'd you find those?
those are from Pottery Barn Teen, but I found them at the outlet
Okay.
in San Marcos.
That is a really good find.
Isn't that awesome?
That's genius.
So you can plug in your phone right on the side of the headboard.
I like that.
So, and this also has, this has a tub shower, and the other, we added a tub shower to this house so that there's 2 tubs.
Okay.
And then there's 2 showers.
Gotcha. Now I didn't notice it in the other house. I probably should have. Stained concrete slab over there as well, correct?
Nope,
No.
it's vinyl plank there and stained
That's
concrete
right.
here.
Vinyl plank
Yep.
over there.
I was doing a lot of wood accents in this house, and I
Uh-huh.
couldn't find a flooring I liked to go with all of my wood accents.
The
And
stained
so-
concrete works.
I know,
It
it's been,
really does work.
It's been awesome. I also added a linen closet here and shrunk the mudroom just a little bit. I also added, instead of bins over
Uh-huh.
there, I added drawers here. And so just for a little bit of extra ease, if you wanted to tuck your things in or put your shoes there. Half bath, which is my favorite room in the house. It has very loud, wild wallpaper.
I love it.
And the pink penny round tile. And I had my carpenter built what I wanted to look like a piece of furniture as the vanity.
Yeah, that's
He did an
really,
excellent
really
job.
neat. So I do know, and I always like to give credit when there's just great craftsmanship, but refresh my memory, it was Ricky Hamlin,
Uh-huh.
correct? It was
Yep.
the general contractor.
Yes, he was.
And he did an exceptional
He
job on
did an
this.
amazing job. He was
Such a good job that when I was coming to do inspections, there were a couple of times I recommended him to folks that were looking at
Yeah.
building a home.
He did an absolutely incredible job. Such a dream to work with.
Absolutely.
It even has a pink thermostat, which is also a favorite, and I have instructions because it's kind of a fanciness. So I wanted people to know this is how to work it. Sterling, do you want to tell them about this wall?
Yeah, I would love to
And
know
why-
about this wall.
Why it was a surprise to you?
They're my favorite flowers.
And what
They
flower
are.
is it?
I don't know how to say it.
Yes, you do.
It's hard.
It's a peony.
Okay.
So her favorite flowers are peonies, and so this was a surprise to her. She came in one day when we were still under construction, and I was like, "Okay, open the door," and it was a whole wall of peonies.
Oh, wow. So do you have that in your own room now?
No, not
Not
yet.
quite?
You should. Again, closet, and then another in-suite bath, and I did some loud blue tile to go with the feel of this room.
I really love it. I love all the different colors. I bet they fit your personality to a T, don't they?
They do. Master bedroom, right through here. We call this the butterfly room.
The butterfly room. Do you like butterflies, Sterling?
She does. She loves butterflies and all bugs and insects.
All bugs and insects. There's certain insects I don't like.
Yeah.
The ones that sting, I'm not a big fan.
That's right. This has grass cloth on the wall, so I went with more wallpaper, but just texture here, which ended up being really fun. I have rugs in all the rooms to soften the concrete. And we forgot to say about the wood. So this is, again, one of our
what
favorite
is that?
things. Since Sterling loves the ocean, I wanted the wood paneling to look like waves.
Okay.
And so that's what's on the mudroom bench and then behind both vanities here in the master bedroom. And so my carpenter helped me figure out a way to, instead of just doing a simple paneling, I said, can you make it look like waves? So he actually routed each ridge.
So he routed it out.
He routed it out.
Wow.
Yeah. We had it measured and how much space I wanted between. So he really helped with everything, with the edges of the cabinetry, everything I asked for. He never told me no. He said, I'll figure out a way to make it work.
That's really, really neat.
So, big soaking tub again, big shower, potty room. My owner's closet I put in this room so that it didn't have to be accessed in the middle of the house. It's kind of confusing when it's there. And so, I put it in the master.
I do love the TV in here.
I added
By
the
the
TV
bathtub.
by the bathtub.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
she's genius. She's literally thought of everything. Now, does the other bathtub have a TV as well?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I need to add it.
I'm
I know.
telling you.
I
think-
wonder if anybody's
I
even
think
used
this
it
is the
yet.
one I would go with.
See?
If
It's
I was
really
gonna
good.
go with it, I would go with the Sterling.
Tori's
Rose.
not here, so she can't fight.
She
for
can't
it.
defend it.
No,
she
she
cannot
can't.
defend it. So, Ashton,
Sir.
one of the things I wanted to ask you, and it may be a sore spot, I know,
Okay.
but I thought what you wanted to do was genius because you're just starting to see more and more and more Tesla vehicles coming through Waco. Obviously, you've got College Street Bakery. They've added, I don't even know how many charging stations. But you are actually going to put one here.
That's right.
And where were you going to put it? How is that going to work, the logistics of it?
Still coming.
Okay, perfect. I like to hear
It
that.
will be in the driveway on this house. It'll be able to reach both houses though.
Okay.
So if anyone has Tesla or their adapter for an electric vehicle, they'll be able to plug in and charge it.
And we'll be the only short-term rental with that.
That's what I was going to say. It's got to be the only one, if not maybe a handful.
And you can search on Airbnb and VRBO for homes with electric chargers. And so it's like one of the items that if you just want a pool or you just want this, and for people who drive electric vehicles, that's one of the things they search for.
Oh,
So,
there's just more and more on
Yeah.
the highways today, and so I think it's a great thought. So, just for my own education, you list on both services, VRBO, Airbnb. What's been your experience in terms of, is one easier to platform off of? Is one easier to follow? I don't know, because when we book vacations, my wife handles that, and I know it's been Airbnb and VRBO,
Yes.
and so I don't really know the difference.
They're both great tools. I think that what you'll find is depending on where people are from, some of them live in a Verbo world. I didn't even know it was Verbo
I didn't either.
now
Until the commercials.
Now the commercials are calling it Verbo. And then you've got an Airbnb world. Maybe there's an age difference. It seems like younger, and I don't know where, I'm not younger anymore, but
Join
people
the club.
kind of my age and younger seem to be drawn to Airbnb and then others to VRBO.
Okay.
All in all, they're great tools, and we've loved utilizing their technology.
Absolutely. Well, I know it makes life easy for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
It really does. So, I noticed when I was driving up, there's more properties going in. You can tell they're not going to be primary residences. Lots of folks putting other properties on very small parcels. Much like this. This is a bigger parcel, but what do you see on the horizon in terms of competition?
You know, they're coming in. I mean, I think that anytime you have the number of tourists that are coming, you're going to see people target things like this. I think Brent's done an amazing job at truly making a property first class.
Absolutely.
Across the board. There's not a soup spoon, a tablespoon. You can't find it here. It's a cutting board. It's all in there. And really the value that you get, you know, we've had families in here. There's been people that have had a little retreat that's been hosted here. So really, I think the value as far as what we offer as a location, what we offer as far as amenities go, it really is top notch. And so,
It really is. Y'all outdone yourselves. You really have. So if you had anybody, I know that was kind of a dream. It's like you've hit a grand slam if you have a family reunion or something that they lease both properties.
Yeah,
Have you already had that?
we have. We have both properties rented, and we have 3 more on the books. They've rented both. They've contacted us. We don't have it posted yet as both properties, and they make that a little bit tricky because of the calendars.
Oh, okay.
And so we're able to block it on the back end for people, and so that's just for bookings word of mouth for both homes.
Wow.
So, which is wonderful. That to us is the greatest gift because they can get to know both sisters and then
Absolutely.
use that shared amenity in the back of the picnic tables and the fire pit and the Adirondack chairs. So we love when people can come in with a bunch of them and use both spaces.
Well, and I bet your bookings are really starting to look pretty solid for an upcoming football season that we're actually going to get to participate in.
Oh no!
That's true.
And actually tailgate and have fun and see our
Yes.
friends and family.
Yeah.
And so I bet there's lots of Baylor bookings of late.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have had something
Yeah,
like this,
absolutely.
when I was coming back here and to have my buddies come in or other families and things like that. I think it's going to be really special, and I don't think there's anything else like it. in the
No, I don't think so. Not side by side anyway, especially at this quality.
Yeah.
And the fact that y'all have had them open for a little while now, just from traveling myself, you'll see nicks and just usage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And have y'all run into an ongoing maintenance issue where you're just constantly coming in and touching up? Or because y'all made it feel
normal
like-
wear and tear, but Brent and I are a little bit OCD in the realm of cleanliness and having things done. So we've touched up paint. It gets totally disinfected every time someone stays in it. The sheets we have professionally done every time at Patrick's dry cleaner. So they're washed at like 700 degrees.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever number that is. And so we really do believe that these are a reflection of us and the things that we value. And so at the end of the day, if there's something wrong, I can promise you we will have someone here fixing it. We had AC was funny over the weekend. We had guys coming in on that Saturday. So
I can imagine.
we're on it.
So, if you could go back and change anything about the project, what would it
Stop the rain.
be? Yeah, that did throw a kink in things. I do remember that specifically.
Yeah, nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, other than it raining and even that, I mean, I thought these were completed in, other than COVID, we had to release them in the midst of a pandemic, which was scary. We had to, trust that people were still going to come and stay and travel. But as far as the properties go, I am so grateful for everything that was every light fixture I was able to find in the midst of a pandemic,
Oh, I
every
know.
fridge we waited months for. So the whole journey and the process was how it should be.
Well, and I was thinking about that while it was an odd time, pandemic, rain, you name it, it happened during those projects, at least it wasn't now, to where people aren't getting their stuff for months on end.
Sure.
And it's just, I think there's a blessing there too.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
they're beautiful properties. You've really outdone yourself. We really appreciate the opportunity to work with you guys. I know you guys, appreciate you guys very much. Appreciate you very much, and your sister.
You all are awesome. If I get,
Yeah.
2 Chelsea, you're super easy to work with. And
Well, we appreciate it. And that's not the point of these AskAlliances. We just like to show off really cool properties.
I love it.
I mean, we just did a walkthrough of the base with Judge Felton and Wes Allison. And if you haven't been in that building, it's something to behold. Waco's very fortunate to have that, but we're also fortunate to have properties like this. We're fortunate to have Magnolia and the Silos. We just have a lot going on as a city, and it's because of folks like you that make it what it is. So we appreciate y'all very much, and thank you for the tour.
you
Yes,
bet.
We
you
really-
got it.
thank you for
Thanks
the
for
tour.
coming.
How do I request my own piece of artwork?
Oh.
10, 2, and 4.
Okay.
You can have it delivered to your desk.
That's
Okay.
They
It
come
Yeah.
doesn't
out.
have to be big. It'll get a great spot in my office. I
She'll mail
promise.
you a piece of art.
That
That's
sounds
good.
good. You can even bill me too. She's like, okay, now we're talking.
You know, it's
That's great. Well, thank y'all again. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanner.
You bet. If y'all need anything from me at all, just let me know.
Okay.
You bet. Thanks, Tanner.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.